Hello, hello, hello. We're back, obviously, for some more of the Stanley Parable. I still don't know what that means. Ultra Deluxe. I set my time, but I started pretty late because I had to set up everything. But yes, my favorite time. That's not my favorite time. That's just the actual time. But not resist giving me the correct time again. Uh, I would say accurate. Well, at the time it was. It's not really anymore. I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. Don't start, please. Not another tangent. I wish we had more sliders. uh, okay, you're annoying me now. Next time you put up the game. Okay. You fucker. Yeah, I really don't know if there's an ending to this game. I'm assuming there is some sort of like, oh, you've completed all the possible endings. Uh Here's a sarcastic party for you. You know, something like that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Interesting. I hope it didn't
All of his
reset.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, good, good, good. This is what I wanted to do before I ended it. Ended? Ent? Ent it?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Yeah, last part we got the the button ending. And I think that was an ultra. I don't know why I tried to click stuff. We can never click anything besides
You
doors.
see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Alright.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built
end
from the
is never
ground
the
up.
end again.
Why, there are so many possibilities. It could
Investor
go in
showcase.
so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking
Taste
for.
the sequel.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential. Now, to be clear, I
It's just the
haven't
red
quite
marker.
nailed down
Me.
what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Yeah, part of me
Here we
feels like
are.
I shouldn't be
Go
doing
on.
this
Try
so
out some of
early
the new
on,
features.
because I haven't even completed like most of the right side of endings or whatever they're called. It says the name of the player that is playing the game. Ooh, I want to try
For
it.
the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually
Say my name.
recognized.
No.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
I
Just
thought we were
play along.
Stanley.
I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim,
There's a
watching
door
your
here.
dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
Wait,
If so,
where
then
am I?
please step forward and press the button.
Oh, sorry. I thought I could explore a little more. Hear yours today. Everyone's got one. Do I press it again?
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If
Be
this
for
were
real.
the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon
Hey,
you'll
hey.
start to lose all
Jim,
sense of
Jim,
who you
Jim,
actually
Jim,
are.
Jim.
Come back. Next. Okay, they're open now. Or open again. I wish there was a run button. Or is there? No. Just a crouch. There's this
I
bad
suppose I
boy.
could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Who's that? Is that us? Stanley? He kind of looks like that guy from, no, not, what is it called? Stuck in the drive-thru. It was like a infinite hole free trophy. Ooh, give it to me. It was a cartoon, but like on YouTube, it was it parodied that one song, Trapped in the
Now,
Closet.
here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the bullet, the trophy. Okay,
Give it to
perhaps
me.
I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now,
Give me my
the
trophy.
trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You suck. Give me my trophy. What's back here? Haha! No. Okay. Okay, so that was useless. The next room,
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
the jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yes.
Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
Oh. We can go up here. Collectibles. Can you find them all? Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Ah. Give me that. We won. One. So can I find them all?
God,
or-
it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
You're kind of pissing me off, narrator. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, goodness, Stanley, this is fairly awkward. I hate to do this, but before you leave, you really should go to the bucket exhibit. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves the bucket. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Let me see if it left. Okay. Haha! Give me that.
No? You're just going to ignore my advice?
Yes, it's
Fine.
too far. I can't
no
run.
Fun new content for you, then. You're the one who spent money on this game. So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is.
I think so.
I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Where's my trophy?
Okay,
Oh, I
yes.
saw the...
Yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Oh, nice. Okay. We're actually going somewhere. Begin the game. Settings. I just want to see if anything's different. Show color labels. I don't know what that means. Show content warnings. I don't know what that means. Reduce motion. Reduces difficulty for time-sensitive inputs in precision platforming. What? We can't even platform. All the settings are the same as how I left them, I believe. Yes. So I'm assuming we're still in the deluxe edition, new ending content.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's skip it. But yeah, I'm assuming we're still in the ending of it, just because...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Return to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo Hall. So does that mean we're done? Hopefully it doesn't close. Yeah, no, I don't want to go. I'll go maybe later. Right now, I do want to...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Oh, wait, I
Stanley
want
knew
to
it
check.
perfectly
Can
well.
I open it?
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
No.
first, just to admire it.
I don't know why, but
Yes, truly a room
a part of me
worth
expects
admiring.
something to be
It
like
had really been
grabbable.
worth the detour after all. Just but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really.
Oh look,
I'm not.
there's a...
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the
I see that
fact
trophy.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten.
What happens if we
about.
fall?
Please. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thank you. I wonder how we get that trophy thing. It was... I saw the vent that like we're supposed to come out of, I'm assuming. That means we need to be below whatever floor that was, which I'm not sure how to do exactly.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I guess
Perhaps he had
that was
simply
technically
missed a
one
memo.
ending. We just die. I don't know. Something is
When
telling me to
Stanley
go
came to a set of 2 open
to check
doors,
this way. Now
he
that we
entered
did
the door on his left.
the ultra content, or like some of it at least. It's not done quite yet.
Yet
I'm
there
assuming.
was not a single person here either.
Is it open?
Feeling a wave
Yeah!
of disbelief, Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still... Coming to a
If it was
staircase,
below us,
Stanley
maybe-
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That is this. No. Anything over here? Haha! Give me
You
that.
found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You
Yay.
can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Okay. I will try. Oh, I guess now that we know they're actually around.
But Stanley just
check.
couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during
I'll do one
work
quick look
hours.
around.
He might
When
be
it loops,
fired for that.
then I'm just gonna
And in such a
restart.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss
More?
would think he was crazy. And then
'Cause these
something
rooms are
occurred to
different,
Stanley.
I guess.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence.
Okay. There we go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Will there be
Stanley
one
decided
around
to go
here?
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh. I'm assuming there's definitely at least one more.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
because I know there's
he entered the door
the
on his
office,
left.
the boss's office. Oh fuck! I overshot it. How can we find them? I don't know. Tell me. Oh, it's new. Unless this was here the whole time and I didn't. Small floating objects have appeared across the office. We have to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. There are many questions. There was no memo from management. So we spotted it. What makes it float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Oh, I see a bathroom and darkness. I don't know if that's a hint. We can do it. By employee. 416. Red room. Red room, a bathroom, and a dark room. Sounds unusual to our regular office ambience or local audio sources. Array of allow me to triangulate the source of the strange noise. Anyone have any leads on this? Wouldn't you like to know? I would. Please, do not leave the office before reporting back on any new findings. We'll see. I wonder, would there be one in here?
No, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time. Coming to a staircase, Stanley
There was definitely
walked
a bathroom in
upstairs
the
to his boss's office.
Was it blue? It is. I got the feeling. Money's for the stealing.
Another miniature Stanley figurine.
Yay!
You know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerine? Okay. That has a decent ring to it. I hope they're just like around and I don't have to actually wait one time. Like I just had the thought of maybe there's one in here, right? But I have to wait until the ride is over. Let me just check. No, okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was
So yeah,
once
it's
again
weird. Something's
stunned
reset.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yeah, I wonder why it reset. That's kind of strange. Yay! Give me
Okay,
that.
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic
Figlies?
sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small
Stanlerine.
number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I think I like Stanlerine. So that's 4. Which is interesting because there's only 2 left and some more areas still in this section of the map. Oh yes, and we already saw one in that other area. I just don't know how to get to it.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
What are the odds? There's another...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door.
Oh,
that
see, well,
read
this is still
Mind
open.
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written
I don't
on
see
it,
anything
the
glowing,
truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet. But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I just want to see.
What horrible secret did this
Like, I'm
place
assuming, you know,
hold?
based on
Stanley thought
just
to himself. Did he
distributing
have the strength to find out?
the trophies relatively evenly, there would be the last two on the other side, the right side. But, or would it be up there? Ooh, I think we can see from over there.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
No figurine down here, right? Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
Where
and
is my
as the cold
Stanley?
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
All right, I didn't even check if last time when I did this, that door was open. You know what? I'm gonna try to pull it up while we go through this, because there is technically, I guess, like that outside area, but I don't know if we can walk, you know, a lot in it. I don't.
And when
remember.
at last he found the source.
That sounded dramatic, but okay.
Blackness, and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the video right now, and yes, the door was open. See, I'm not crazy. It was green. The light above it was green. So, I must have done something to activate that, right? Or is it just random? By random
Stan?
chance? Okay. I'm gonna try. One more time. And we will see. Yeah, I guess while I, do all the... Go through the motions, I guess. I can see what I did exactly to... Or try to see. I'm not sure. I know I pressed the buttons and stuff.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So
Stanley
was it
decided to
open?
go to the meeting room.
Wait.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm trying to look at my phone. Ooh, what's this? Figure Finders Committee. Interesting. It looks like I'm doing it one-handed. Excuse me if I bump into stuff. I think it just opened on its own. Like,
When
I didn't
Stanley
do
came to
anything.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Because it was closed, and yeah, when the thing activated, it just opened. Oh, is it? There will be a reward for finding them all. There won't be, I'm sure. A large room, lots of boxes. Ooh, both red and blue. Interesting. So we got them. Like, it's telling us what we got. A sequel exhibit. Nice. So yeah, so we know this one is the warehouse, I'm assuming. Somewhere, both red and blue. I just want to check that room really quickly. Okay, that's blocked.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
See, I should have checked that room.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now.
Yes,
blah,
yes.
blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Yeah.
Kill surprise.
So yeah, I'm just glad I know now that I didn't do anything to activate it. That way I don't have to memorize anything.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose
So
on
the
an
last one
enormous
is
room packed with
a room that's
television
both
screens.
red and blue.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley
what that
thought to
means.
himself.
Some
Did he
cigarettes.
have the strength to find out?
I do.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't
See,
be
that room is
true.
red, but I
Had
don't see any
Stanley
blue.
really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions
Any
had
red
been
and blue?
manipulated to accept it blindly?
I don't recall a room
No.
that's red and blue.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm doing a quick skim through.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
The last,
Controls labeled with
part.
emotions. Happy.
And I
or
don't see
sad,
anything that's like
or
red and blue
content.
specifically.
Walking, eating, working.
So unless they
all of it
mean,
monitored and commanded from
Like this room
red.
is kind of blue, I guess,
And as
right?
the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they
did.
kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off.
Yeah, once the room turns red, this
leave.
just
If
turns,
you want to throw my story
well, yeah,
off
the
track,
light
you're
turned
gonna have to
green
do much
and the
better
door
than
opened.
that. I'm afraid you don't
I'm
have
not sure
nearly the
what we
power
have to
you
do
think you
to
do. For
replicate
example,
that.
and I
I'm
believe
sure there's
you'll
something,
find this
right?
pertinent.
Assuming
Stanley
it doesn't do it
suddenly
now.
realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
See, look, this is red.
eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Also,
It's
what we have
your
to stand like
story
right
now.
by it. You know what? Fuck! Shit. There's like a quick window, unless we were too close to it. I don't know. I have no idea. Let me look back at it while I do this whole thing over again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
See, because now I'm just curious of what could be in that room, if we can even get into it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I don't even think a
he
figurine
entered
is
the
going to be
door
in
on his
there,
left.
but I just need to know now. This elusive room that opens and closes within like a second.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
See, this room is red.
Here's the door, just go.
Alright. Back to it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Yeah, I see like red rooms. The 236. It looked red and blue. Where was that? Here, wait, can I zoom in? No. Hold up. How do I zoom in? I forgot. Sorry, hey, look, that one's all messed up there. I think that's 34. Oh, I guess whatever. Maybe it doesn't work for live streams. Why is that one messed up? What's in there, huh? But you see, right there, where is that? I'm assuming maybe like a basement of some sort, right? So maybe when we go to the right and then like go under that area.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That
We
his
might get a better look
emotions had
when
been
we're on this.
manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Okay,
never.
whatever.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Where am I? Oh, there you go.
But here
Okay,
was the
okay.
proof, the heart of the operation.
I'm ready to try at least one more time before I give up forever.
Or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, well, I applaud your effort.
Okay,
I
I'm ready now.
But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex.
I'm ready.
How long until detonation then?
Okay.
Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
Okay, so I guess
Shape
it was a
to your
troll.
heart's desires.
Like, the farther
This is
away I
much
am, the
better
longer it
than
stays
what I
open.
had in
If I get
mind.
close to
What
it,
a
it
shame
closes.
we have so little
In my
time
face.
left to enjoy it.
Okay,
Mere
okay.
moments
Glad I know.
until the bomb goes
Boop,
off.
boop, boop.
But what precious
Okay,
moment.
let's look for those other trophies. So yeah, I'm assuming one is in the basement area when we like go to the right, and he says, "Oh, go to here." But then there's an elevator going down. So we will see.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Where
he wanted
are
to wander
you?
about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ooh. Oh, shit. Hello. Alright.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
I guess it's not here.
Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I can't remember. Is this
All
one
of
of
his
the...
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I feel like this is that confusing ending.
When Stanley...
Yes, okay. Okay, so that leads to the confusing ending. Like, directly, there's not even any, like, choices after we go down the elevator. So yeah, maybe we just have to keep pushing forward on the right side.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Interesting. This is like the first door we've seen that's different. I did it.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Yay!
We'll be different people by then.
We
Different
won.
in the sense
Well,
that
we're
we
almost
used to
winning.
have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Nice. So I guess this was the way out of this predicament. Now where's this?
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the
That's a
beaten
nice
path
color.
that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. So far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights.
Can you shut
How
up?
much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
Okay. So now the question is this going to be a whole new ending? You know, one of those fake, we're restarting the game. I think maybe, because that was too short. You know? It seems very like the confusing ending. Nothing over here, right? Okay. Ooh. Phone? Hello? Pick it up. Really? I can't. Oh, you fucker. Or is it this one?
Hello.
Aha!
This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
What did that mean? We just need one more Figley Stanlerine.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door, and this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, so the only way left
Perhaps
to
he
go.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't
I
5
wonder what would
years
happen
ago.
if we go back. Can we? Hold up. It is open. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Why not? It is relatively close to the beginning, so...
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun. You didn't think I was
Okay, I just want to check. You never know. Be thorough. And like I said, it is easier since it's so close to the beginning. Let's try that again.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I wonder if there's like something special. If I turn off all the computers, like, does something happen? Awaiting input. Yay! We won. Oh, that's what it's meant to sound like. Keyboards. Input received. Let me look back. Surname, access. Yay! Buttons. Let me go back. Make sure there's no secrets. No secrets. No, okay.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Hey, you know, I'm very limited to the stuff I can touch, so when I can touch something, it's a big deal. Give me this flyer. Okay, what about you, though? You have received an input. Wait, what? Stop it. Go up this box. Oh, yeah. It's purple. Is that a clue? Probably not, but still. It's good to note.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This table is huge. Okay. Anything back there? No. Okay, let's finish, or let's go
Look,
with
Stanley,
this
I
story.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
We
someone
can go
you've
down
been
there, but I'm gonna
neglecting,
go here
Stanley.
first, since it's like
Someone
farther,
you've
I
forgotten
guess.
about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking, this is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Huh? That's a void. And I can't go back. Fine. Woo!
That's her, Stanley.
Hello? Who's there? Hello? Do I need to move?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, hello.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
How dare you?
This
Hello.
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee. Press on your controller. Should I? Should I really? Should I wait right here? Ooh, TV. No.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Woo! Square!
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to be.
Yeah, this isn't the ending that I was going towards when I first hopped into the game.
As he wandered through this fantasy world,
it was I
he
hopped
began to fill
down
it with
the
many
crate
possible
thingy.
paths and
Like I tried to do
destinations.
everything the
Down
complete
one
opposite
path lay an enormous
that I
round
could have.
room with monitors and mind controls.
Yeah, it was like
and down another was a yellow line.
the narrator
waved
was
in
mad
many
at me.
directions. And down another was a game with a baby, and he called it the Stanley Parable.
Huh?
It was such a
I wasn't paying
wonderful
attention.
fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's
mannequin
an answer
is
down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one
taunting
more
me.
time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same
does this
buttons
say?
he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried...
I won! Yay! I think. Now is this the actual restart? Now that's the question.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, nice. Ah, are we building up to something here? We better be. So that's two down. 3 more to go? We still need to go that way. Or, yeah, to the right. To the right. Uh-huh. Is something different? Yes. No. Yeah. This hallway wasn't here. I don't think.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Someone give me a key card right now. We can't go back, huh? Okay. Fair enough.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
I wonder.
I'm not your
no,
enemy, really.
I was going to say, can we climb down through
I realize
from
that
here?
investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important.
Ooh, blue and
Stanley
red.
walked through
Aha,
the red
give me
door.
that.
And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
We
Say
won,
this,
yeah!
man, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Nice. Oh, look, see, this had a key card too. I don't know, this key card thing is interesting to me, personally. Wait, what did he say? I don't know which one he said. Can I go back? Hey. Ooh. Let's go right.
Aha. Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the
Aha.
red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Okay.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was
Yes.
it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Oh, I would have liked a
Tell you
skill
what.
tree.
Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oh, how dare you.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
I would say no.
One? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful. To judge. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What's this? So wait, what's this way then? It goes to the left. Oh, leaderboard. Is this real? I don't think it is. Okay. Let's check in here. Another room.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Nice. I think this is the ending I played.
In this game,
I never
the
finished it
baby
because
crawls left
there was like a dark
towards
room.
danger.
Like it just
you
went dark.
click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Why is that noise so loud?
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, see, I haven't gotten this far yet. Oh yeah, I have. Because I thought it was that one game. I forgot what it's called.
About, Stanley?
It's about a wildfire.
What is our motivation?
I was like, oh, this really looks like that one game.
To me
That and The Long Dark as well.
Man spying on innocent civilians below you.
Oh yes, then he's gonna block the wall.
Perhaps for some
or
sort of
block
twisted
off the
erotic
area.
purpose. Yes,
I
that must be.
recall.
What a
The Long
fascinating
Dark.
venture
I
into
really
the
like that
experience
game.
of total
I'm taking a
mental
break from it now
depravity.
because I played so
far,
much of
I
it.
love everything about this game.
Because I was trying to get the
And it
trophy
seems there's even
where
more.
I
Come,
survived
let's venture
500
outward and see what
days.
else is out there.
But yeah, I was trying to get the trophy, and I think it's an in-game achievement that gives you like a buff once you complete it, where you survive 500 days, and I'm like on day, not 600, 300, I believe. But yeah, that took a lot of time to play, so now I'm just taking a break, as I usually do, once I play a game a lot. But yeah, I'm missing that game a little bit. Now looking at this, and there's a new update. I'm not sure if it's out yet or if it's coming, but you could like decorate your base and stuff. There's some new animals as well, I think. Or is there just a cougar? I'm not sure. But yeah, he's just gonna block off the area once I walk too far.
Oh, no, it can't be.
It's an open world.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
There you go.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Alright, now I think I stopped playing here, if I'm not mistaken. Then I was. Oh, never mind, okay.
Wonderful.
I recall.
See, this is exactly
Well,
what
I don't think
had
I
in
finished
mind.
it.
Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There
Yeah, I
isn't
don't know what
any
we do
possibility
here.
that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
It's like a soccer field.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think
can't
surely
run.
we must.
Rocket
Okay,
League.
Stanley, here's the ball.
Isn't
Have
that a real
fun.
game? Where? Get it! Oh, yay! We can run. Kick it. Wait, kick it to the blue. Yeah! Pow! I got this. Oh. Can you come this way?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have
No,
a thought.
that's too far.
And I
Wait.
realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
Yeah!
Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop.
We won! Oh,
Hold
shit.
on. What are you doing?
I didn't... I died. Was that it? There's no way. Oh, hello.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I can't see. Oh, I died. Oh. Where are we now? It looks like a hotel. Like a creepy, abandoned hotel. Damn, see, now I'm gonna be wondering if, like, what would have happened if I stayed and didn't fall by accident. It's like a maze. I assume the light was like...
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Hello? So I'm assuming that was the ending. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna suck. Cause now I have to, me personally, I have to go back and see what happens if I don't fall. At least now we can get one more computer. Where is it? Not you, I don't think. I think it starts off. Oh shit. Ew.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but
shit.
I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
I do wonder what would happen if I tried to reset right now. But, you know, I don't want to miss out on, you know, this new thingy. Is it down here?
Ah, here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent.
It's over here.
We'll never be like that again, Stanley. And here was a second Stanlerine. I'll be honest, back then I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Ah. Do I have to grab it? I heard something magic.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
The third one? I'm not... There was one in there, but I got this one before that one. So wait.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here in the boss's bathroom. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Crawl on the toilet. Okay.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Can we go back? I don't think so. But now that the number's going up, I want to get... No, we can't. I want to get the other one by the stairs, but we already missed the first one. So whatever. Nothing over here.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Be for real. The quality. I did get him on the 5th one. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected them to... Because I feel like that... I don't know. Because it wasn't really hard to get, but, you know, you had to test the boundaries of what you could do.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Wait, where? Back here? Haha.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
You are in the present.
There was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Yay, hopefully I get the chance to get the other ones.
Yes, the room with the red and blue
12
doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
You're gonna be uneven. Oh shit.
Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room. These really were a treat to hunt down.
Oh, shit.
You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
What if I go over here? Empty.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it, the very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I'm not sure. Oh, the jump circle.
It's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, oh yes, the two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one. And before everything else, there was your office.
Yes.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office?
Oh, this chair is...
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
Hello?
Yes,
Well,
I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then, somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions, he would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, okay. Loading screen.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So is
What
this
did
really
it
the
mean?
end? I didn't get to do
Stanley
that.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
That computer thing, whatever that did. Turn you off. You're already off. It's not here. Which I feel like leads me to believe this isn't real. If that makes any sense.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of two open
Where was I
doors,
gonna go? I
he
think
entered
here,
the
right?
door on it. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room.
Okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust
wonder
in
if we can
someone
get
else can be
down
difficult,
from here
but the
somehow.
fact is that the story has been about nothing
Can
but
I, like,
you
run?
all this time. What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
All
let me
right, and
prove
we
it.
haven't
Let
even
me
done this
prove
one.
that I'm on your side.
Following
Give me a
his
chance. Now listen carefully, this is
directions.
important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Interesting. See, now it's closed, but there's still a key card. That's I'm gonna take note of that.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley? All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
How long
Broken
was this part
rooms,
again?
Exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Except to use
Was
a
it worth
bathroom.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically
pause it?
for you?
Yes. Okay. BRB, I guess. Ooh, I mean, make sure that's it. Ugh. Whoa. Okay, we are back.
You do not think I all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing
Should I do something
more
different?
choices? Feel free to be honest.
I have a feeling
I'm
it's
looking
not
for some
going
real
to
critical feedback
do
here.
anything different. Just probably different dialogue. I'll do 2. No, I'll do 5.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach
Please.
that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look. Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
I'm gonna
Again,
put 5
honest
again.
answers, please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience. You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your
Okay.
input was extremely
I'm gonna be
valuable.
really disappointed if we
hey,
get the
since
same
my
ending.
game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
Oh, right, we gotta go through the whole fucking...
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Even the open world section thing. Boo!
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play
Firewatch?
as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come,
I
let's
recognize
venture
this picture.
outward and
Well,
see what
I
else
don't
is
know
out
for
there.
certain, but I feel like I do. Is this really the game that like I'm thinking of? I think it is called Firewatch, but I'm not sure. Is there another outpost that we can see? I do remember there was. There it is. Haha. And he would be talking to a lady that's over there, I believe.
Oh, no. No,
There.
it can't be.
Oh, wait, do you want me to walk out? I would like to play that. I never played it, but I did see
It
what would
is.
you call it?
It's an open world
A let's
game.
play of it
Good
when I
God,
was
quickly
like
block it off.
much younger.
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close
I never
call.
understood what was the
I
story.
really wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing. Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is
Oh yes, I did
design.
make up my mind. I
Stanley,
think
if
I
you
am
manage
going
to get lost in this
to
game, I will be phenomenally
actually, I do
impressed.
have to test it out still, because I would have to re-download the live stream and then obviously edit
Okay,
it
so
on my
what exactly
phone
do we do here?
and then
Let's see.
re-upload it through my
There are
phone,
lots of
which
cars here
I
in the
don't
back, but obviously
know
there's no
how
race
that's gonna
track.
look or
Okay,
work
I'm
out.
seeing that there's a ball.
So
of
yes,
some
I'm gonna
kind
test
back
it out
here.
with the
Is
first
this
part, and
game
if it looks,
sports
you know,
ball? Stanley, I
decent,
think it's
then I'll do it
sports
for this
ball.
part as
Oh, what
well.
fun.
And I think this
We
might be
shall
the
run
last
the
part,
bases and do a
based on what he
touchdown
said.
together.
It sounded like the ending,
Yes,
pretty much.
I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Pow. Get it, run! What's over here?
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one
you got
ball
it.
generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Yeah! Ready? Oh, I missed. Pow! Whatever. Pow!
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
Oh.
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Am I faster? I think I am, right? But not as fast as when I had the ball. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm sprinting. Let's see. Can I find anything? Or do they really want me to go down there, huh? If so, then I'll just, restart it. I don't mind. I'll wait. I'll do a whole lap around the place. Yeah, the hole is still there. We're halfway there. I guess last time I went into the blue, I can go into the whatever the fuck. Yeah, I'm just doing this to see if, if enough time passes, will he come back? I could have sworn Rocket League was like an actual thing. I'm not sure, but it sounds real. Okay, you ready?
Hold on. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna wait to see if there's anything different.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that.
Okay. So yes, I believe that's pretty much all the endings. Besides maybe like a secret with that computer thing that, you know, added up, but
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
ooh,
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
it's
simply
never the
missed a
end.
memo.
It's never the end. It's never
No
the
matter
end.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Unless that's the gag of this entire thing. There's no end. There's always something new or different or out of place to touch. There wasn't. I can check.
When Stanley came to a set of two open...
Okay. Oh, haha! I see something different. Make sure I tap that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I just want that computer thing to go up one more point. So I know it's real. Okay, I'm gonna... Is it gonna close? I'm gonna walk in here.
When Stanley came to a set of two...
There. The sequel is now paused. So yeah, that's kind of good. It lets me know that, you know, everything did save. It didn't like restart itself completely. It's all a lie. Even though, you know, I had to do some of the things over, like the keypad. Okay. Are we back to relatively normal?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
I
meeting
actually
room.
wouldn't mind
Perhaps he
like
had
searching
simply
up
missed a memo.
what are some secrets. Because I'm sure there are some, right? Because those doors, I'm still on those doors. That are like, they have a key card on them.
When
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for like the, what do you call it? The actual endings. Like I go through, you know, point A, B, C, whatever the fuck. Because I went through the basement. I even went in the elevator by the boss's office. Um, I did the boss's office. I did both endings, the turn on, turn off. The door was nothing.
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't see it again. I wonder if I missed it. Or if it's all just a lie. That's all the computers off, right? Let me just check. You never know. For my, you know...
No
peace
matter
of
how
mind.
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Anything in there? Alright, I
When
haven't really
Stanley
checked
came
in the
to a set
room
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his
with
left.
the Stanley, whatever the fuck. I did finish it, so maybe it's just back to normal.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he...
So yeah, I guess for now, I'll just... If I don't see it this time, then I'm just gonna end this part here, and you know, I'll consider that the end. Because there's nothing much to do. I guess I can try to parkour down that place, but I don't think that's gonna work. You never know, though. It's worth a shot.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, and it also might be the case that I had to find the computer once I was actually done with one of the endings, because there was like, what, 7 little bars, and I think that's about right. The turn on ending, off ending, the basement ending, and that's it for that side. And then the crate ending, the vent ending, those are on the right. And then like, oh, I haven't done the red, the fucking red side. I follow his direction. Okay, we'll do that. But yeah, I think that's about 7.
Came to a set of 2
so I'm gonna do that
this
one,
was
and then
not the
if it
correct way to
restarts,
the meeting room, and
I would
Stanley
check
knew it
around
perfectly well.
for
Perhaps he wanted to
the
stop by the
computer.
employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, I haven't gone through the red.
But eager to get back to business,
Oh yes, and
Stanley
this
took
ending
the
as well.
first open
So I
door
guess
on
that
his
might not
left.
be 8. I'm not sure. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Because there's 2 over there. No wait, 1 vent, 3, 4, 5.
Stanley was so bad
Math,
at
so yeah, my
following
math might
directions,
be off.
it's incredible he wasn't fired years
Oh
ago.
look, this is the way. Nice. Well, it's much easier than the way I went. I'm gonna see if I can like parkour down. Because you never know. I didn't really check either. Doesn't look like it. Ah!
But in his eagerness to prove that he...
And I guess that's technically an ending too, but I don't know. You know what? Might as well, since we're, you know, doing so much back and forth. I'm gonna search it up and see. Or ooh, different.